All right, we are live. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Tony Fanfulla, and you've seen me here before many times. And with me today is a very special guest on this Explain. And we have Samantha, and her surname also happens to be Fanfulla. How does this happen, you ask? Well, we are husband and wife, and we're here today to talk to you about a little bit about our history and Sam's background, and also just about how this can work for a husband and wife team or a partnership within eXp. So welcome, Sam.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's okay. Well, I've got you here every day, so we might as well do
I
a
know.
recording
Yeah,
together.
nice.
And so Sam and I work in real estate together with eXp, obviously as a company we represent, and we are in the outer east of Melbourne in the Yarra Valley, Dandenong Ranges, Maroondah area, Yarra Ranges, that sort of area, if you know where that is. Sam, just a few questions. Tell us a little bit about your real estate background and just where you've been and what your experiences are up to this point in your career.
Well, I started off in real estate in a very basic role way back when I was a young girl at 18. I was working at AMP in property and development, and that's where I got my taste for real estate. I then went and worked for a First National group office and worked in a bit of property management and office reception. Moving forward quite a few years, I then became a agent about 15 years ago and absolutely loved the role. Always been really passionate about real estate and was always one of those people that was obsessed with the old Real Estate Weekly. I'd be hanging out for it to be delivered at the local real estate office every week, and I'd grab it and I'd devour it. And anyway, so obviously I was just meant to be an agent.
Fair enough. So, if you started at 18 and that was a long time ago, I won't ask your age. I know your age, unfortunately. Well, so you said you did became an agent about 15 years ago. So um, worked full-fledged as an agent, as I know, because I shared a pane of glass with you for about 10 or 11 years in the same office in our marketplace. Um, so tell us in that time just what sort of market you worked in, what sort of clientele you had, that sort of properties and things like that. Give everyone an idea. I know, of course, but give everyone an idea just the sort of market you're experienced in, where you got your experience to now.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of first home buyers in our market. But having said that, we've also got beautiful big rural properties and big family homes too. So it's a little bit of everything, but it's a bit of a country kind of vibe, outer East Melbourne. Lovely people to work with in the valley. And yeah, I think probably if I went and counted out of all of my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sales, I would say probably 50% of them, maybe a little bit more, were first home buyers. Love working with first home buyers. They're just so beautiful and cute and so excited. So, but yeah, definitely my favorite, first home
Yeah.
buyers.
And having obviously worked in the same office with you, same sort of clients for myself. So we both worked in what we really refer to as a semi-regional. It's very fringe of the Melbourne suburbia, um, small communities. So for those of you that might be working in, larger suburbs, or they might be working in a large regional town, or all the different types of markets that we worked in a marketplace where you had probably about 20 small townships. Some of
Yeah,
them
little
didn't even have
villages.
a bar sorry,
Little villages.
villages. Yeah, some of them had a supermarket and things like that, but these were not big townships or anything like that. We probably in our whole market had about 10 or 12,000 homes, and we had there was a couple of agencies working that area, but it was very much small communities. And very old school real estate. So that was certainly where I've been most of my career. So tell me, were you successful in your career there in that
I
market?
believe I was successful. I did very well. There was a little bit of rivalry with the person who shared my pane of glass in the office. sort of sitting beside me on the screen here as well. But yes, I was successful. I enjoyed it very much. I was very passionate about my job and helping people move on. And I think that that really came across with my clients, that I was there to help them. And obviously that turns into repeat business, referral business. And really, before I made the change to eXp, 90% of my business was repeat and referral. It's been
And
really
so, not to play it down, Sam has been successful in her career and pretty much won what was called the Top Producer Award in our office every year. As much as I try to beat her, I couldn't. I think I beat you once, but
once.
very much, doing that 50, 60 plus sales a year. And I was always just that 40, 50 plus sales a year, just that little increment behind. So, tell me, when did you first find out at XP?
It was actually during COVID, first heard about it, and certainly sparked a lot of interest for us at that point. In hindsight, I wish that we had really jumped at it then, but we were at a stage at that start of COVID that we didn't know whether our whole industry was going to collapse, or and we were going to get a job at Woolies. And so we're a little bit nervous about making some changes where we were comfortable where we were and we knew our market and everything. But as I said, it was just that whole uncertainty about what was moving forward. But as I said, in hindsight now, I wish we'd jumped.
Probably probably the greatest comment we hear out of most eXp agents is, "I wish I had done it sooner." So being joining a cloud-based real estate agency, working from home, it was just for us and for many of the people that join eXp, it's so different to the traditional that there's a fear there of doing it. So for anyone watching, the only way to overcome the fear is talk to our agents. Pick up the phone, speak to any of them, ask them how they're coping, how they're going, what it's like. But eventually, you made the jump. So that was about
December.
probably 4 or 5 months ago now, something like that. So
Yeah.
why then?
Look, the timing was right. Obviously, I had a husband that had moved to eXp, and look, everything about it resonated that this was the right thing to do. I could see the collaboration that you were having with the agents and the staff, and it was beautiful. It was like this huge family all of a sudden, and even though you're working from home, I could see this network of friends and mateship and team collaboration, and it was incredible, and everyone is just happy and so happy to help you. And nothing's too hard. The staff are amazing. If you've got any questions, they're answered straight away, whether it's on the phone or whether it's by messenger or an email, whatever. Everyone is so attentive and so willing to help. And same with agent to agent help as well. I've noticed everyone's willing to be completely selfless and help each other out. And it's that real ethos that what goes around comes around. So it's just so refreshing, and so, I don't know, such a really nice community to be in, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, my next question was about what's the support like, because that's often what many agents that are considering eXp want to know. We obviously came from the traditional sitting in an office with support staff within the office and things, but you probably just answered my question that, the support's incredible, the collaboration's incredible. I certainly have better relations with my colleagues in eXp that are far flung around Australia, better relationships that I had with colleagues that were sitting in the office where I was working, where you often felt like you were competing with them
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
the same biscuit, but
Yeah.
there's certainly no feeling of competition between agents. There are no boundaries in eXp, so we can list and sell anywhere for us in Victoria where we have a license. So and if we have listings or referrals, we can refer them to any eXp agent around Australia or around the world. There's 85,000 agents around the world in 25 countries currently. So, whoever we know, wherever they are in the world, we can find an agent to help them, and they're all more than happy to help. It's incredible. So that's certainly something that has resonated for you and me whilst we've been
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
eXp.
Yeah.
Tell me just a bit about how you found coming from sitting in an office and having everything there at your fingertips as such,
Mm.
how you found working in this type of environment where we're at home, in relation to the tech and the systems and things like that of the process of actually listing and settling the real estate.
Mm. It's no different. When I first joined, it was a little bit like, oh, there's so much to learn because it's all new systems, but it's like starting any new job. You've got to learn new systems and you've got to meet new people, and it so that was the big thing. But it's no different. Everything is available. We've got a printer here that if we need a printer, but everything is real. It's online. We've got fantastic support if you ever get stuck, with your CRMs or any external services that we've got. There's so many people to help you straight away. So, like I might have been going into the office to ask someone, the people at the front desk or marketing or whatever, can you help me with this? I still got that. I just do a quick email or a phone call and the answers are there in front of me, sometimes within minutes. And I certainly don't feel that I'm missing anything. If anything, I feel like my work-life balance is so much better. I still doing all of the work that I need to do, but I can go, I didn't get something out of the freezer for dinner, and I can duck out and get something out of the freezer for dinner. And, those kind of things that you can't do when you're away at another office, half an hour away from home. So, that's been a fantastic transition. I keep on thinking about when I first started and I had kids in high school and kids in primary school, and doing this job is so intense. It's 7 days a week. Had I had the ability to be at home and work from home, my life, my kids' life, our whole family existence would have been so much better, if I'd only known that this model existed. I think that we would have all got through it a lot easier.
So Sam, as a working mum of kids at school, was really at that stage cutting her teeth in an office and proving herself and writing some big numbers, but that took most of her time. And obviously, the kids are at home, they
Yeah.
come home from school and you're not there and you're busy working. But
Yeah.
that's the balance that all of us in every industry,
Mm.
experience around the world. But this model helps. And for those with eXp, and I know there's working mums that are agents with eXp that are working from home, just a different life for them and their kids, and being able to do the school run, do the school pickup,
Mm.
go and attend or whatever
Yeah.
is a big benefit to them through this model.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, Tell me just what systems you may have put in place since working in this way that are different from what you may have done when you're in an office.
Yeah. I've always been very system oriented, but a lot of it was for me pen and paper. What I have implemented now, which I find is fantastic, is use of a Trello board. And for each property, I've got a list of tasks for everything I need to do. from the initial appointment for an appraisal, step by step of what I do, the follow-ups, from appraisal to listing, how everything goes online, there's steps, and you can just tick them off and tick them off and tick them off, and then move it on to the next section once it's live online. And then, once you've got a contract in place and all that kind of stuff. And that's fantastic. I'm really enjoying using the Trello board. So, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that I've implemented tech-wise, to take away the pen and paper and the diary and just in my calendar. But also having done it for so many years, it's all up here too. Like I know what to do.
Yep.
But it is good to have those reminders there. Look at it, go, oh, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, so Trello is just a software program. I think it's free, pretty much. I don't think we're paying anything for it. So it just keeps a checklist. You're able to move the property through the stages that it goes through of pre-list, listed, under contract, sold, settled, through those stages. If anyone listening would like a template of our Trello board, happy to share it. But certainly a great tool. A lot of our agents do use it. It's not a real estate specific thing, used in any industry, but certainly a simple and easy help, that's for sure. So we've talked a bit about the lifestyle benefits that you enjoy as compared to what you would. What about the financial benefits?
The commission split is so much better. So I was on a split for a list and sell 36%. As a base here, it's 75% up until I reach a cap, which is 100K and per annum. Once I hit that, then I get 100% of the income. So it's worlds apart. It's worlds apart. So yeah, in the pocket, it's better. You get paid quicker.
Yeah. Well, yes, and that's something that, having the both of us worked in an office where we were paid the end of the month after settlement. Could be anywhere from 30 to 60 days after settlement, let alone how long it was from the sale. So you were often waiting 4 or 5 months and things to get paid. And with eXp, we pay our independent contractors on settlement day. We pay our commission-only employees every 14 days. So you can never be more than 2 weeks away from getting paid for that settlement. And in Victoria, you get paid based on the Section 27, which we certainly never did when we were in office. The Section 27s had come and go. We didn't get paid based on that money having come in. So for those of you in real estate that understand that system, you get what I mean. And for those of you that heard that number 36% for a list and sell. It was 20 and 16 list and sell. So you gave up 64% to the office. Now, I completely acknowledge there's costs of running an office. So completely acknowledge that. However, working from home and making 75, then 100% versus 36, we left a lot of money on the table for a lot of years. And here we are now, and certainly able to reap the rewards of that. Something I want to touch on, just as we're obviously husband and wife, so we have a domestic team arrangement at eXp that if you choose to work in it as a domestic team, as a husband and wife, we have for the primary partner, they would pay a monthly subscription to eXp of 250 plus GST. For the second person, the husband or wife, that's the second person in the membership, they pay a 50% of that, so $125 a month plus GST. You share a cap, so you have one cap together. You're invariably putting both names on all of the listings that go out there, as Sam and I do. We split our jobs. Sam does everything, I drive the car. That's how it works. So I carry the heavy things. But we get, and for those of you wondering where your leads are coming from, for Sam and I, with a lot of years in real estate, as Sam alluded to earlier, most of our leads are coming from referrals or repeat clients. I think if we look back through since you've joined, Sam, the listings that we've had in the last few months, they've all been people we've already known in
Yeah,
our
they've
careers.
literally been people that have picked up the phone and called us and go, "Hey, can you come out and
We've
list
got a
it?"
listing on at the moment. I think you sold them the house 11 years ago.
Mm,
Um, they've done nothing else in real estate since, but pick up the phone and call Sam when it was time to sell the house that they're currently in. So
mm,
that's in the main where our business comes from. We do outbound marketing via social media. We're doing all of the typical marketing when we go online with a listing of boards and internet and brochures and that sort of thing. We do a lot of video on our socials. That's something that's quite different from all of our competitors in the market. So what would you say to an agent that's considering eXp and sitting on the fence, or a husband and wife team, that sort of thing? What would you be your advice, Sam?
Absolutely, just do it. I know change is scary, but you won't regret it. Just do it.
That sums it up. So
Mhm.
thank you so much. I told you I wouldn't keep you for too long and ask too many hard questions. Um, we've covered just today just a little bit of Sam's career and a little bit of what it's like to be in a domestic partnership arrangement with eXp. If you have any other questions, you're welcome to contact any of our agents. You can look up Samantha Fanfulla on the internet. You'll find her phone number. You can give her a call. None of this was scripted. She asked me what questions I was going to ask. I just said you'll know what to say. So that's just one person's experience, our experience in a normal market. We're not in a high flying market or anything like that. Just our experience of what it's like to be real estate agents with eXp, and we really look forward to you having joined very soon. Thanks, Sam.
No worries. Thank you.